Welcome back, history enthusiasts, to another exciting episode of Historic Sites. In today's episode, we're heading to the infamous Alcatraz Island, a place shrouded in mystery and intrigue. So, grab your virtual ticket and let's dive into the history of this iconic prison. Alcatraz Island, located in the chilly waters of San Francisco Bay, has a history that stretches back centuries. Before it became a federal prison, it served as a military fortification and a lighthouse. But it wasn't until 1934 that it gained its notorious reputation as a maximum security prison. Alcatraz was designed to hold the most dangerous and notorious criminals of its time. It was believed that the isolation and harsh conditions would deter any attempts to escape. And indeed, Alcatraz became known as the Rock, a place from which no one could escape. Over the years, Alcatraz housed some of America's most infamous criminals, including Al Capone, George Machine Gun Kelly, and Robert Stroud, also known as the Birdman of Alcatraz. These men were considered so dangerous that they were transferred to Alcatraz to ensure they could no longer harm society. Life on Alcatraz was far from easy. Inmates were confined to their cells for up to 23 hours a day, with limited contact with the outside world. The harsh conditions and strict discipline were meant to break the spirits of the prisoners and discourage any thoughts of escape. But despite the prison's reputation, there were still those who dared to challenge the system. Over the years, there were 14 escape attempts, involving 36 prisoners. However, only 3 of these attempts were successful, and even those were shrouded in mystery. One of the most famous escape attempts occurred in 1962 when 3 inmates, Frank Morris and brothers John and Clarence Anglin, managed to escape from their cells. They used homemade tools to dig through the walls and escaped through a ventilation shaft. To this day, their fate remains unknown, and their escape is the subject of much speculation and debate. Another myth surrounding Alcatraz is the story of the Battle of Alcatraz. In 1946, 6 inmates staged a violent escape attempt, resulting in a 2-day standoff with the prison guards. The battle ended with the deaths of 3 inmates and 2 guards, and the subsequent recapture of the remaining prisoners. It was a moment that highlighted the dangers of life on the Rock. In 1963, Alcatraz was closed due to the high cost of maintenance and the deteriorating condition of the buildings. But its legacy as one of the most notorious prisons in American history lives on. Today, Alcatraz is a popular tourist attraction, drawing visitors from around the world who are eager to explore its dark past. As you walk through the prison's corridors and cells, you can't help but feel a sense of the desperation and isolation that the inmates experienced. The crumbling walls and peeling paint serve as a reminder of the harsh conditions that were once endured within these walls. But Alcatraz is not just a place of darkness and despair, it also holds stories of resilience and hope. In the 19th century, Native American activists occupied the island for over 19 months, from November 1969 to June of 1971, demanding recognition of their rights and the return of their ancestral lands. Their protest brought attention to the plight of Native Americans and paved the way for change. You can find the Alcatraz Proclamation on a link in the description. During the occupation, a group of Native American activists, calling themselves Indians of all tribes, occupied Alcatraz Island in San Francisco Bay. Their goal was to reclaim the island and draw attention to the issues faced by Native Americans in the United States. The occupation brought about several changes and effects. Number 1, increased visibility of Native American issues. The occupation received significant media coverage, which brought attention to the struggles faced by Native Americans, including land rights, cultural preservation, and political sovereignty. Number 2, government policy changes. The occupation played a role in changing government policies towards Native Americans. It influenced the Nixon administration to adopt a more sympathetic stance towards Native American issues and led to the initiation of new policies, such as the Indian Self-Determination and Education Assistance Act of 1975. Number 3, empowerment of Native American communities. The occupation of Alcatraz empowered Native American communities across the United States. It inspired activism and mobilization, leading to the formation of various Native American organizations and movements demanding greater rights and recognition. Number 4, cultural revitalization. The occupation of Alcatraz highlighted the importance of preserving Native American culture and traditions. It promoted cultural revitalization efforts and brought attention to the loss of Native American languages, land, and identity. Number 5. Land return and tribal sovereignty. The occupation raised awareness about historical land claims and the need for land return to Native American tribes. While the occupation did not directly result in the return of Alcatraz to Native American control, it brought attention to the issue of land rights and tribal sovereignty. Overall, the occupation of Alcatraz, while not resulting in immediate and concrete changes, was a significant catalyst for Native American activism and brought attention to the issues faced by indigenous peoples in the United States. It paved the way for future movements and progress in Native American rights and recognition. Today, Alcatraz stands as a symbol of both punishment and redemption. It serves as a reminder of the human capacity for both good and evil, and the importance of learning from our past. So, whether you're drawn to the mystery of the escape attempts or the resilience of the Native American activists, a visit to Alcatraz is sure to leave a lasting impression. It's a place where history comes alive, and the stories of those who lived and died here continue to captivate our imaginations. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Historic Sites if you learned anything today. Until next time, stay curious, my friends.